Hello and welcome back to Seahawk Central Sports. We've got a jam-packed show for you today with the start of softball season, some track and field, a women's basketball win, and some fun hockey action. Let's dive on in with Alexa and softball.
Thanks, Davis. We just started up the 2024 softball season this past weekend for the Seahawks. The Seahawks went up against Queens, DePaul, North Dakota State, and Furman twice. We finished with a 3-win weekend. Shout out to Skylar Stockton for 3 RBIs and 2 runs, as well as a .444 average. Great job, Skylar. More stats to note for the final game against Furman, where we won 3-2. We allowed 0 walks and had only 3 strikeouts, while Furman had 6. That's all for softball. Tune in to watch them play in North Florida this weekend, February 16th, 17th, and 18th, or check them out here February 22nd through the 25th for a home tournament. Now let's hear from Samaj with swim and dive and track and field.
Thanks, Alexa. This past weekend, UNCW swimming and diving team visited UVA for the Cavalier Invitational. On Friday, Ethan Womble finished 8th in the men's 50 freestyle with a personal best time of 21.07 seconds. In the women's 500 free, Gracie Doyle touched the wall with a personal best time of 5 minutes and .57 seconds. On Saturday, John Prusha finished 10th in the 100 butterfly with a time of 49.65 seconds in the finals. He advanced for the finals after fashioning a career best time of 49.6 seconds in the prelims. In a 50 free time trial, Cassidy Lima recorded UNCW's 3rd fastest time of the season after clocking in at 23.59 seconds. For track and field, the women's team attended the Darius Dixon Invitational, hosted by Liberty University. Summer Herbison placed 1st in the women's indoor 3,000-meter race. In the 300-meter dash, Nasiah Ferguson placed 2nd, and Mackenzie Townsend placed 3rd. Now I will send it over to Chase for women's basketball.
Thanks, Samaj. This past weekend, our UNCW women's basketball Lady Seahawks had 2 away matchups. One on Friday, February 9th against the Campbell Fighting Camels, and the second on Sunday, February 11th against the Elon Phoenix. First, our Lady Seahawks put up a valiant effort against Campbell, but ultimately lost to the Fighting Camels in a final score of 77-57. Our Lady Seahawks did bounce back, beating the Phoenix in a close final score of 60-58. Great work, Lady Seahawks. The UNCW trio of senior Evan Miller and freshman Kyla Silver and Taylor Henderson led the Lady Seahawks to the victory. Evan Miller ended with 16 points, Taylor Henderson with 17 points and 9 rebounds, and a career-high 18 points for Skyla Silver. Our UNCW Lady Seahawks return to Trask Coliseum for homecoming weekend on Sunday, February 18th, facing off against heated rivals, the College of Charleston Cougars. Now let me pass it on over to Sarah with Club Sports.
Thanks, Chase. This past weekend, UNCW hockey headed to the ACCHL playoffs in Winston-Salem. They faced off against Chapel Hill in round 1. The teams had a bit of history headed into the matchup, the Tar Heels having won 3 of the 4 games played against the Seahawks in the regular season. 2 of those were just a few weeks ago down at the Seahawks' own rink. This weekend, UNCW got off to a great start, getting 4 goals in the first 2 periods. Chapel Hill made a goaltending change, and even with UNCW taking a lot of penalties, the Tar Heels couldn't make a comeback. Corey Levy finished out the game with an empty netter as Chapel Hill's goalie skated to the bench. A 5-2 win, and UNCW was on to the next round. The next day was calling for another upset, the 7th-seeded Seahawks up against Rider University, who was ranked 1st. Mitch Simmons got the first goal on the power play, and it was reviewed for goalie interference. The goal stood, and we were up 1-0. Again, there were a lot of UNCW penalties, but the Seahawks put up a couple good goals to start the game and never had to come back. That night, it was Kai Levy who got the empty net goal and secured the team's 5-3 win and ticket to the championship. Sunday, the team played Rowan University in the final game of the playoffs. Zach Schrock got on the board first, but Rowan quickly came back and put up 5 unanswered goals. UNCW made a goaltending change after that 4th goal and tried to get a comeback going, Schrock scoring again with 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Throughout the weekend, the Seahawks' physicality served them well, and it made things interesting there at the end when Bradley Gray and a Rowan player were ejected from the game. With 54 seconds left, UNCW scored another goal that went to be reviewed, the net having been knocked off in play. The goal stood, but having successfully limited the Seahawks' offense, Rowan won the game 5-3, as well as the Admirals Cup. It was a fantastic weekend for the team, and with their 2 wins, they're closer to securing a spot in regionals. They play next against George Mason on February 16th. And with that, let's head back to Davis.
Thanks, Sarah. Well, that's all we've got for y'all this week. Be sure to join us next week for more UNCW sports coverage and check out our new series In the Hoop, where I give a deep dive into UNCW men's basketball. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time on Seahawk Central Sports.
Go Roger!